Hello. Today I'm going to talk about how to fix RNG in Old School Runescape. Okay, so to start things off, I'm going to show you how RNG works currently in the game. Alright, now here is my lovely animation that I made in Manum. And then just for an example, I used the drop rate of 1 in 500 just to give us something visually to look at. Okay, and then as you can see, as the trials goes up, our probability goes up over time, but it will never reach 100%. Now, I'm not saying we should have 100%. I probably wouldn't be opposed to that, but for the solutions that I propose during this video, I won't really talk about guaranteed too much because a lot of people don't like that idea. So as you can see, 3 times the drop rate, you only have like 95% chance of getting the item, which is pretty cringe if you ask me. You go 3 times the drop rate, my god, you should just be given the item. Alright, so now to kind of give a little bit of a recap of the current state of the game. Since Jagex introduced the bond system, playing a regular account, you get kind of all of your achievements undermined by the bond system because you can just swipe a credit card for anything in the game. So if you want a game mode that the integrity is kind of maintained, you have to play an Iron Man. And the problem with playing an Iron Man is that the game is designed for player trading. Because otherwise, the game kind of already has a built-in anti-dry mechanic, and that's with your secondary drops. If you play an account that can trade, if you go dry on the item that you're going for, you can sell the items that you get to just buy the item that you're looking for. Now that's how the game is designed to be played, which that's how I would prefer to play, honestly. I am a trading enjoyer. The problem is the bond system, and Jagex will never get rid of the bond system because they make way too much money from it. And just kind of another side point, how Jagex keeps the item prices high is by making very low drop rates. That in conjunction with the GE tax. So when you take into consideration these very low drop rates, going the rate on a lot of these items, that takes a long time in of itself. And oftentimes with the current implementation of RNG, it is not uncommon to go 2 to 3 times the drop rate for things. I've done it myself, and it sucks. Alright, and so here's my proposed solution. I made a function, which is a piecewise function. So the drop rate will remain the same as it is traditionally until we hit the drop rate. Then the piecewise function changes, and we implement this here, the 1 minus the probability to the power of 1 plus the number of trials minus the drop rate divided by alpha. Now, implementing the alpha is kind of interesting because it allows us to adjust how aggressive we want to increase the per chance probability. Kind of for testing purposes, using an alpha of 5 seems to be a pretty slow increase. I mean, anywhere from like maybe 2 to 5, and then I'll show some graphs next. Alright, and so here is the graph of a comparison of an alpha of 2 and an alpha of 5, and of course our current default baseline where it does not change at all. Okay, so now with this, I guess I should mention, once you get the item, I believe that it should reset. Okay, and then this is what that accumulative graph would look like. This is the overall grand scheme of things of what your, chance of getting the item would be over a series of trials. Alright, so that's my best stab at the problem that I was able to come up with. I recently quit playing the game. Well, they say you never quit, you just take long breaks. Well, I'm on like a 3-month break, and for how much new content they're adding into the game, I don't think that I'll be playing anytime soon if they don't implement something like I proposed.